Installment of Take That Pitch, joined always by my illustrious co-host Noah.
What up?
I am Justin, and today we're going to be on just a little bit of a time crunch. We're not going to do the full 2 hours. It'll probably just be just under an hour or so. So we're going to just probably dive right into some shit, talk about a little bit about the MMA to start, just because right now I do have the UFC Fight Night on directly in front of me. So if I am looking down, that is what I am watching.
Nothing suspicious.
Exactly. And, not like last time with the notes, I'm not just ball gazing. I'm not just constantly looking down, just making sure he's still there. But
sometimes you gotta check,
So something that's really bad. So this is just a fight night, right? It's not like one of the main cards. It's not a pay-per-view. It's not one of those. It's called a fight night. It's just, basically UFC has cards every weekend. And usually it'll just be a lot of lower tier fighters, and then the main event might be a banger. So this week it is a banger. You got Martin Vettori versus Paulo Costa, which Italian versus Brazilian, which that's also one of my favorite parts about the MMA is you just get random guys from random places fighting each other with super differing styles. But there's big drama, Noah.
Tell me about it, because I don't know shit.
So there's weight classes in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
So most of the people that fight in the UFC cut weight, right? So you walk around at 200 pounds, and then you literally cut 30 pounds and fight at 170. There's lots of people that do that. They walk around at like the champion of 170 is Kamaru Usman, I think, and he walks around at 205. He's huge, man, and fights at 170. But this guy Paulo Costa came into this fight 20 pounds overweight. 20 pounds. So,
that's a few pounds.
So what happens is you get part of your purse taken away if you come in overweight. It automatically, regardless of if you win or lose, I think it's 20% of your purse goes to the other fighter.
Oh, wow.
So Martin Vettori and Paulo Costa now hate each other because Martin Vettori's like, bro, I just killed myself basically trying to make this weight, and you're literally
you're just an ass.
You're literally cheating.
Yeah.
You're literally cheating.
Yeah.
And so I know Joe Rogan's talked about this a lot, but this is also something I know nothing about, right? So this is gonna be something that I have a very strong opinion on that I know nothing about. But in high school and college wrestling, they do it's not exactly weight classes or something, so that because it's healthier for the athletes. It's something to do with the water percentage in your body, and they measure that to make sure you're not literally killing yourself, and then you have to be below a certain amount or something or another. But there's a way to do it where you don't eliminate weight classes. It's just it'd be way healthier because seeing Paulo Costa come in just all ballooned, he's shredded. Don't get me wrong, he's a mountain of a human. He's massive. He's shredded. And then you see all these fighters come in and they're at the weigh-in and they look like skeletons. They look like zombies. They literally look like they're about to die just to make weight. Literally, it's and then there's guys like this. They're like, oh, I don't care. I lose 20% of my purse, but I can still go up in the rankings by winning.
So they still do the fight?
They still do the fight.
If I was the other guy, why wouldn't you be like, well, fuck you. You didn't do the thing. You didn't do the thing.
Because then you don't get paid either.
Fuck.
So you just paid for all these trainers in this 8-week camp and everything in order for nothing to happen, and you don't get any of that money back.
And you're gonna lose probably unless you're just that much of a better fighter because the guy has 20 pounds on you.
Martin Vettori's winning in this fight. It's only the second round now of
the smaller guy.
Yep, of a 5-round fight.
Fuck.
Oh, but there was
gonna take some hits that he shouldn't have taken.
There's some bad blood, brother. Martin Vettori was like, this guy's a fucking cheater. He's a pussy.
It should be more than 20%. I think.
It should
be 40% at least.
There's a famous clip of Israel Adesanya, who's this weight class's champion, literally telling Dana, because I can't remember if it was the fight versus Paulo Costa, but he's like, you got to take 80% of the purse, man. You got to make it so that you got to make it so these guys don't do it. You don't do it.
Yeah. Does it happen a lot?
I think it's starting to happen more, but also they're saying that they should introduce more weight classes. Because
that seems reasonable.
So I think also I could be wrong, and I don't know if it goes 125, but I know it goes 135, 145, 155, and then 170, and then 205.
Okay, so there could be a few more in between 170 and 205.
See? And it's like
Yeah.
15 hole, and there was just an eye poke. Love that. Love a good old eye poke. God damn it. The fat man, the 20-pound overweight guy, poked the other man in the eyeball.
There's a lot of force behind that fucking.
Ah! He poked him right in the eye.
Fucking doge.
Dude, that's so awful. Oh, and then the ref comes over and he's like, yeah, you can't do that again, buddy.
Yeah, fucking don't hit him in the eye.
But yeah, man, I think Israel Adesanya's right. I mean, you should. It's literally the rules.
Yeah.
Like, fight at a different weight class then. Like, if you're gonna
you
keep
can't be
coming
doing
in,
that.
like and Paulo Costa is the number 2 ranked middleweight in the world. So he's not the number 1 contender, but he's fought for the title before. He's the number 2 ranked, and he just keeps coming in overweight, man. And you just can't do it. Like
you can't do it. It's cheating, bro.
It's literally cheating.
It's cheating.
It's literally cheating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say on that. I think it's bad.
Good. I mean,
bad.
Yeah, it is really. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I don't know a lot about like what else could be done, but adding more weight classes or doing whatever they do in college wrestling or in high school wrestling or whatever it is, to where people don't necessarily have to cut as much, so that it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more so instead of people, penalizing the people that are coming in overweight, it's probably more making it level for the people that are.
I mean, what if you just did something like if this happens and you don't make the cut, your next like 2 fights have to be at the higher weight class? Could they just do that? Like if you wanted to fight again, you have to go to the 205.
See, that's the thing is I don't know if they can force you into a weight class because of course it has to be like
it's their league. It's like, well, fuck you.
Right,
you have to. You can't do that. You can't do that weight class.
Right, but you sign a contract and stuff, and there's probably some legal aspects and stuff with that. And
You're probably right.
There's probably some sort of thing where they can be like, and just get around it. But
yeah, probably.
Also, they just charged a
They
point.
gotta do something.
They just charged a point to Paulo Costa for that eye poke. So now he's definitely losing in this fight. I think he lost the first round, and now he's definitely losing in the second round. So Martin Vittori just needs to not get knocked the fuck out, and he'll probably win this fight.
Good shit.
Fuck you, Paulo Costa. Fucking Paulo Costa, you Brazilian. Can't bet against the Brazilians, though. No matter what you will always learn in the UFC is never fucking bet against the Brazilians. If you bet with the Brazilians, every card, I guarantee you're going to come out on top.
Good to know.
I mean, when you have like an entire faction of MMA named after you, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like...
Yeah, they're committed.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of their thing.
You grow up in the favela just learning MMA.
The favela!
Just...
You got to fight to survive, dude.
Just fucking... There's actually a great podcast. I don't know, like... how good? I mean, you're probably pretty good at listening to people who kind of speak a little bit of broken English. So Yoel Romero's from Cuba, and so like predominantly speaks Spanish. And he's like, he's alright in English. It's not the best. It's not the best, but he's a funny guy. But there's a good podcast, Joe Rogan. It's kind of weird, but it's him, Joey Diaz, because Joey Diaz speaks Spanish. You know who Joey Diaz is?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Him, Joey Diaz, and then Yoel Romero. And Yoel is talking about growing up in Cuba and like the rigors it took in order to become like the best wrestler or like the best fighter in Cuba is like you got more food, you got better quarters, like the better you were, like the better your life was.
Yeah, so it's a big deal.
Oh yeah, like if you like I was saying, like if you were the number 2 ranked fighter, you get better, more quality food, more quality living than the number 3 ranked fighter.
Wow.
Right. And
you can't lose ranking spots.
Right. Well, it's more like, and like, that would be more like the college version of us, of like, and not professionals, but, ooh, Martin Vittori got kicked in the head. You don't like to see that. Anyways, though, that's enough MMA. That's enough MMA. Just because, I just wanted to bring that up, just because it's on in front of me. But
yeah, that's fair. Let's get some fucking hoops going.
Main thing is the NBA, because it started earlier this week. And there's some very good, there's some, yes, I was correct, and then there's some very bad.
Okay.
So, honestly, the best
part... Lay it on me, because I've only really watched the Suns, I'll be honest.
Which, honestly...
and I watched a little bit of the Knicks and the Celtics game.
We'll start with the Suns, pretty much. So, well, not really the Suns, but it's who they played. So, the Lakers are frauds. It's fraudulent. It's fine. The whole season's fucked. Everything's fucked. Everything's fucked. The whole season's down the drain now. They're 0-2. They haven't looked good. The Suns were blowing them out by 30. And then
It
Honestly,
ended up only 10 points though, right? It was
so
115 to 105.
here's what I will say is shout out Frank Vogel, the coach for the Lakers, because when you're down 30 and you still have your star players out there, people are kind of like, ugh,
Yeah.
they could get hurt, like
Yeah.
probably should pull them, throw the bench in. But he was like, nah, they got to figure out how to play together.
Yeah.
They gotta figure out their shit. They gotta learn. They gotta get more and more reps and game speed reps. And even if
Yeah.
you are going against, the second and third string, the deep bench of the Suns, like you still gotta figure it out. And they did, and you saw that in the second half was them really start to turn it on and like figure out how to score. And they were
Just had to be, on the third string guys.
yeah, and like
figured out how to beat the third string guys.
And well, I mean, and you just saw like in general the intensity get ramped up, like defensively and offensively. They seemed to play with a little bit more urgency. They weren't, fucking arguing every single call like they were in the first half. But still, game one, can't remember who they played. Oh, it was the Warriors. Game one against the Warriors. Steph Curry cooked them.
Warriors.
I mean,
cooked him, dude.
Didn't look that good. Steph Curry is also hooping so far this season, like hooping. I think the Warriors are 2-0. I don't know.
They're gonna run through him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the supporting cast is actually pretty good, to be honest. Like Jordan Poole is really good off their bench. He's like their bench guard, so like he's really good off the bench, really good scorer off the bench. And just like Juan Toscano-Anderson and Kevon Looney and Draymond Green and all the role players there, Damian Lee, they're all just filling their roles and doing what they need to do, and just letting Steph Curry drop 35 on fools every fucking night. But back to the Lakers. I think that they are going to figure it out. I still do think they're going to be one of the better regular season teams. It's just going to be interesting to see how they perform in the playoffs with, the fact that their shooting hasn't really come alive with all the people that they signed. None of those shooters have really, come out and, I mean, it's, again, 2 games, but like really come out and shot well or had a lot of shots. But, I mean.
Yeah, it'll be a rough start, I think, but that's kind of what I expected. I think by the end of the season, they'll be playing a lot better, and into the playoffs, they'll probably have figured out how to play together. But they're not going to be a number 1 seed, I don't think, because they're gonna get off to a tough start, as they have already.
Exactly. So it's going to take them a while to figure it out, but I think they'll be okay in the long run. I just don't know. Now it's just really questioning like who's going to come out of the West. I mean, obviously, like I just said, 2 games, but like everyone was really already hammering it home that it was going to be Lakers Nets. But who knows, man? Like at this point, the Lakers don't look that good, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Nets.
Still early.
I mean, the Nets did just have a really nice win against the Sixers last night.
Yeah,
really good win. They were losing the whole game and then down. I was like, they were keeping it close though. They were keeping it like 10 to 12 points, and then there in the fourth quarter, really just hammered it home and took the lead. But it's still the same problem with the 76ers that they had with Ben Simmons. Is like, who gets the ball when you need a bucket down 2 in the fourth quarter?
Well, shouldn't it be Embiid now? Now it's not. If Ben Simmons isn't playing, shouldn't it just be Embiid?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's like Embiid's great and he can create for himself, but like I don't know. When he gets down into those nitty-gritties, they're going to be sending doubles at Embiid. It's like,
yeah, sure. You need another guy that he can dump off to.
It's more like you just need you need a creator. Like Like Tyrese Maxey is their guard. Also, I remembered after the podcast ended, when I was like, I can't remember the other guard for fucking 76ers. Shake Milton. That's his name. Great name.
I know that name.
Great name. Don't know how I forgot Shake Milton. But you need another creator, man. Like Tyrese Maxey's good, but he's young, and I don't think he's really like, I wouldn't say elite at creating shots for other people. Like he's, dribble drives, create or getting the defense to collapse, kicking it out. Lots of stuff late in the game that would be super helpful in order to get open shots. Because especially when you get into the late stretches of the games, you're not getting very many open shots.
Yeah.
And I mean, you saw that against the Nets when the Nets started to ramp up that defensive intensity. Like protecting the paint so Joel couldn't just stand down there and dance around and do his thing. And like I said, you still have that problem. Like if you need a 3 at the end of the game, who's taking it? Tobias Harris?
It's Harris.
Like that's good. Don't get me wrong.
But what are they gonna? I mean,
he's a good.
Can you think of a guy that they could add maybe at the deadline or something?
It all depends on if they're gonna trade Ben Simmons. So
that's fair.
What they can get. Like if you're gonna go, people have been saying Ben Simmons to the Timberwolves. People have been saying Ben Simmons to the Nets. Fucking people have been saying.
Fuck that.
right? People have been saying Ben Simmons to just about anywhere, man. Sacramento.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons to Sacramento. But
Dumb.
like, I also saw this interview with Daryl Morey where he was saying like, we're not just gonna give away Ben Simmons for nothing. Like,
Yeah. Because why would you? You
but
have no reason to. Just sit him on the bench.
but then aren't you giving him away for nothing?
No.
Because if he's not playing for you, and then
Fuck that guy.
and then he's eventually gonna leave. Like,
Fuck that guy. If he's gonna do that, he's gotta wait like 4 years. Didn't he just sign a contract?
Probably, but like,
So is he gonna sit there for 4 years?
no,
Probably not.
No.
Eventually, he's gonna put his shit together.
That's what Ben Simmons camp kind of realized is they were like, oh shit, he's not bluffing.
Yeah, he's not bluffing. He's not gonna trade his ass.
No, he's not bluffing. So that's what that. And then like shortly after that was when Ben Simmons' camp was like, yeah, he's gonna come back, and he apparently had a talk with the team, and that he said he's not like mentally ready to play basketball yet.
Yeah, I heard all this. It's tough. It's tough.
Also, Martin Vittori's beating the fuck out of Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
You love to see this, actually. You love to see Martin Vittori is literally putting the hurt on this man. But
Side note, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State just beat Oklahoma State, ranked number 8. Iowa State stormed the field.
Also,
Cowboys dead.
Also, side note, did you see the 9 overtime game?
9?
It was like Penn State versus fucking somebody. I can't even remember.
Today?
I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but 9 overtime. Illinois.
I saw that Illinois won, but I didn't see that it was 9 overtimes.
It was like, I think it was 9 overtimes. It was like 5 or 9 overtimes. I know that's a big discrepancy, but I'm pretty sure it was 9. But
Gnarly. Anyways.
Yeah. That's like a 6-hour
Hey,
game.
you know what? We were rooting for chaos with Ben Simmons, and we got it.
That's what I forgot that I was going to say that. We were rooting for him to come back, and it's just drama and nonstop drama with Ben Simmons until he's traded, which might not even happen this year, dude. That'd be so crazy. Imagine it gets to the deadline, and then finally Ben Simmons is like, fine, I guess I'll play.
I don't know.
Bro,
you know what he has to do?
Oh, go ahead.
You know what he has to do?
Go ahead.
He has to get fat.
Just get so out of shape.
Harden proved that the only way to get your ass traded is to fucking become a fat ass. So Simmons is just going to get fucking fat. And then they're going to say, all right, I guess we got to trade him.
That's honestly a tried and true, like proven strategy.
At least once. Harden proved it
one
at least
for
once.
one, though.
1 for 1.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. No L's there, bro.
Fucking... Oh, did you see? Oh, there's also the other part of the Ben Simmons thing where I know it's a lot of Ben Simmons, but it's like apparently Doc Rivers was like, "Hey Ben, hop in this defensive drill," and Ben went,
"Yes,
no,"
and
then Doc was like, "Fine, then just why are you even fucking here, dude?" And he was like,
"Go home."
He was like, "Oh, you right," and then just dropped the ball and left.
Yeah,
like I can just imagine Ben Simmons standing there with like a basketball in his hands. He's like, "You right," and then just drops the ball and literally walks out the door.
Fucking asshole. I would hate him. If I was on that team, I would hate him.
What?
I want nothing to do with him.
Dude, I mean, like I said last time, though, I feel like it's a little deserved. At this point, it's getting too much. But I feel like originally, for his original point...
What was his original point?
Well, he got blamed for everything.
Sure. Okay, we did talk about this.
He got blamed for everything. And that was one of the things that he talked about when he had the team meeting or whatever and said that he wasn't ready to play, is that everybody needed to take accountability for their W's and for the L's.
It's like a lot of him, though. I'm not saying it's all him, but it's like kind of a lot him. Like, he sucks. He can't shoot the ball.
Yeah. I mean,
granted,
look
at all the other guys that have improved in that regard.
Yeah, that is the only thing he sucks at.
And he just can't?
But everyone thinks that it's all in his head now. Like, especially with this whole mental health thing that's coming into it, is that it's all in his head. Because you see it. Because, I mean, it's every year you see him in open gyms in the offseason shooting threes. And then there was one preseason game where like, it was like the end of the preseason, and he's in there, and like, he passes the ball to Joel, and Joel passes it back, and he points at the hoop, and he's like, go, do it. And he hoists it up, and he drained it. And then everybody freaked out, and everyone was like, let's go, maybe this is the year. And then no.
And then it wasn't.
And then no. But everyone thinks
just was.
I don't know. Obviously, you can't really speak on, like, the mental health aspect of it, but, like,
Who knows? He could be full of shit.
I'm the worst person to ask about this thing because it's like, bro, you play basketball.
Yeah, just play basketball,
Just
bro.
play the basketball. Just have fun. Like, play basketball.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it what you love to do, Ben Simmons? Don't you love playing
Maybe
basketball?
he doesn't. Maybe he
That's
doesn't.
the thing, man. It's like I would never understand that type of thing. Like I would anyway, it's a
Who
dream.
knows?
That's a dream that you're
Yeah.
living, Ben Simmons, and you're fucking throwing it away.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyways.
Moving on. The Sixers did look good though when they played. They are looking good. They are looking like a good unit. Toby is stepping
Who needs him? Who needs him?
I mean, you're still losing to the Nets, but like, granted, you should lose to the Nets because the Nets
probably should lose to the Nets.
Nets are good. But like, Toby looks like he's taking more shots, taking like a higher role, you know, more advanced, you know, being way more aggressive. You get Joel Embiid getting, you know, I'm not saying more room, but definitely more. I don't even know if that's necessarily true. More opportunities to operate, do what he wants to do, get the ball at the top, you know, pump fake, fucking put some moves on, get to the free throw line, that type of stuff. So I think that they're going to be good. I think the 4 or 5 seed, like we were saying, is probably a good spot for them.
Yeah.
The Heat look like they're going to be the best defensive team in the NBA. I mean, like, everywhere you just got fucking. I mean, I wouldn't want to fucking. I mean, if I'm a guard, I don't want to get defended by Kyle Lowry. That guy looks like he's fucking annoying to get defended by.
Dude, that guy's thick.
That
guy's thick.
Have you seen the picture where
he's got the fattest ass in the NBA, bro?
There's a picture. There's a picture on Twitter. It's fucking hilarious, and it says breakdown of Kyle Lowry, the NBA player, and it's like, it says head to fucking mid. It's like absolute average human, and then it says the absolute dump truck, and then it goes down to his legs, and it's like little speedy runny boys. Because it's literally what it is him just fucking the most average dude with a fucking wagon on him. But then you see him run, and he's so quick. He's so fast.
He is, dude. He is.
But he's
old now, right?
I think he's early 30s.
I thought he was late 30s, shit.
I thought he was like 33, so if you consider that.
I thought he was 37, but it's whatever.
We're going to go onto the internet, and
we got to figure this out.
I just looked up Lowry.
Nice.
Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is 35. We were both correct.
We were right in the middle.
We were both equally correct and incorrect. 35. But, okay, so him, then you're like, oh, I'm a wing. I got buckets. JK, you have Jimmy Butler in your face. And you're like, oh, I'm a big. I can get buckets. JK, you got Bam Adebayo in your face. Like, all on that team, you got solid defenders. And it's really going to be interesting to see, like, them grit and grind out games. Because going against lots of teams in the NBA, I feel like they're just, with their defense, it's going to be able to keep them in games. And with the veteran presence that they have, like, you're going to get down to, like, the late stages of the game, and they're not going to panic, and they're going to know what to do.
Yeah. And if Tyler Hero is actually good again, big difference.
Well, difference. He's like their number one option off the bench. So like when the second unit comes in, he knows now that that's his time to like.
Right.
That's his time to shine,
just
baby.
Go off.
It's his time to shine.
Sixth man of the year.
That's all. That's a good shot. Oh, also, hold on. Now we're gonna get to fucking. You know what Colin Cowherd does, where Colin was right, or whatever, where Colin was wrong. Here's where fucking Justin was right. Okay. Here's where Justin was right. If you're watching the Hawks play, that you know that Cam Reddish is fucking balling, and I was the one that said dark horse most improved players Cam fucking Reddish. That guy is a beast. He same type of deal. Second unit is obviously him. That is his fucking room. Like that's where he performs. He's getting the ball handling, distributing, I just hit the mic, defending, defensively, offensively, playing super well. He's got the length. It makes me so happy watching him play because he's so good. He was a McDonald's All-American in high school and then went to college and wasn't really like highly touted. So like his draft positioning fell, like I can't remember exactly where he drafted, but he was like the middle of the first round. And like the McDonald's All-Americans are like the best players in the country.
Yeah.
So like at least in high school. And so now to see him actually like coming into his own, and especially after getting injured last year, and really like, because we all, I mean, not everybody, but like the defensive impact or like potential was there because he's super long, he's a quick guy, and he's a versatile wing. He can defend, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now seeing that he's adapted to having like an off the dribble game and like pull up shooting is so good. It gives me so much hope for him. He's so good. and I love that. And
Yeah,
that's where
bro.
Justin was right. At least so in 2 games. In 2 games.
Yeah, 2 games. 2 games. Still early.
In 2 games.
Still early. We'll see. We got 80 more of them.
And another one is the fucking bowls. The fucking
The
bowls
Bulls.
just look so smooth on offense, bro. Like on offense, they just look so smooth together. The ball moves super well with and that I guess Lonzo Ball to Alex Caruso connection is like fucking
It's like
awesome.
weird.
Love it.
It's like weird, but I guess it's working.
There was so Lonzo Ball dropped a triple double last night, 17, 10, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he had one of his last assists in order to get the triple double was it was a 2-on-1 on like a fast break, and he throws the lob to Caruso, and Caruso fucking yams it, and I literally went, what is going on?
What's happening right now?
What is happening? Every bone in my body was like, you love this, but then my brain's like, what is going on?
I don't understand. Why is this happening?
But I mean,
Lonzo Ball and Caruso.
Just with DeMar DeRozan being able to ball handle, Nick Vucevic being able to play the center position very well. You got the role players playing super hard on that team. I just think that team's super solid. Like
I think I had them as the 5 seed. So
I think
I'm feeling pretty good about that.
I think that they're a team.
They could end up being a 4.
That's definitely like a high floor, low ceiling.
Okay. I see that. So they're not going to be like, take the conference.
No, I think that they are like,
but they're making the playoffs.
If they get a higher seed, then they probably should make the second round, but then get mopped by whoever they play in the second round.
Yeah. Like the Nets or the
like the
Bucks
Nets or the Bucks or whoever.
They're gonna fuck them up.
Also, a lot of people.
But if they get to play like the Knicks in the first round,
mopped.
They might.
But a lot of people were worried about what happened with the Heat and the Bucks game, but the Bucks had because I think the Bucks got literally blown the fuck out.
Yeah, I saw that.
But
I did see that game.
The Bucks also didn't have like 4 of their top 10.
Yeah.
No Drew, no Bobby Portis,
though.
They had no bigs, and you could really tell.
Portis.
Fuck Bobby Portis, but he's one of their key role players.
Every time you say Bobby Portis, I'm gonna say fuck Bobby Portis. Just understand that.
But like I said, they didn't have like most of their top 10 of like their roto. So like ease off a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. It's still not great to see them get blown out like that.
Correct.
I mean, they got fucking.
They got body bagged. They got body bagged.
Getting whopped.
They got body bagged.
It was bad.
But still, I don't think you should overreact just because they had most of their.
I'm gonna, because fuck those guys.
They had most of their.
I'm happy to see them fail.
That's fair.
I hate them.
That's fair.
It's not really fair. You don't have to say that. It's not fair.
It is.
But
I mean, they just beat your boys off the court. Like
they ripped my heart out. Yeah. They ripped my heart out, and it's still too soon.
Who else? Celtics looked like trash, low key, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Not really.
That was an interesting game.
You went to a double OT with the Knicks, which people assume that the Knicks aren't as good as the Celtics, but again, the Knicks are super deep.
Yeah. Where do you think those two teams are going to land?
Knicks are probably 5-8. Celtics are probably, I would say, 3-6, 3-7 seed.
Okay, so do you think the Celtics are better?
I think so, yeah, but apparently not. I mean, at least game 1. I mean, again, game 1, double OT. It can go either way, man.
Hey, man, I gotta give yet another shout out to this Fournier guy.
Evan.
Every single time I watch him play, I'm like, damn.
I
haven't ever watched him play bad.
He's just solid.
People don't really talk about him.
Takes good shots, makes good decisions with the ball.
Yeah.
Evan, don't Google his last name.
Evan, don't Google. Please do not Google his last name.
Please, if you. Let's go! Sorry, Martin Vittori just got the decision victory.
Oh, that's good.
The Italian dream, Martin Vittori. And Paulo Costa's not going to shake his hand. Paulo Costa didn't shake his hand. Paulo Costa, you fucking literal shitter. Get out of the fucking UFC, fucking Paulo Costa. Go to fucking Strike Force or something, you fucking pussy. Had to put the game down. All right, or the fight down. Who else? Who else has actually done some?
The Suns.
The Suns.
We're talking about Ayton.
At least the contract thing, or just him in general?
Oh, whatever you want to talk about.
I mean, the contract thing, it is what it is.
It's
Bob
tiring.
Sarvers is a racist apparently now, so
I heard that.
I heard apparently Bob
I'm
Sarvers.
hoping. Well, I mean, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But it's not looking good so far.
What I will say is, as I saw this on Twitter too, is people are like, it's really weird that the Suns fans are kind of like hoping that their owners are racist.
Yeah, because they're like,
because they want him out of it
so much.
They're like, get him out of there. I hope he's a racist so that he gets forcibly removed from the
It is kind of like, in the age of social media, you would have thought that over the years that we would have heard something about this. Like, we hear a lot of people hating him or not liking him for the way he manages the team, but we've never heard anything about him being like a sexist and a racist. So It's like shocking that wouldn't have been leaked, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
And
right? We'll wait and see what the story actually says, because the story itself hasn't actually been published yet.
Right.
It's a tweet. We saw a tweet that said that there's gonna be a story.
Right. The Suns really, I mean, they did a good job trying to get ahead of it, but like...
Yeah, they came out and made a statement and whatnot. Who knows? It could all be bullshit.
This is definitely damage control.
Yeah, absolutely. They're like, fuck, we gotta get something out.
But I saw, I don't know if you sent it to me or whatever, it was the tweet from Gambo, who was like,
yeah,
I've talked to two people, and one was like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what came out, and then the other one was like, I wouldn't have worked there if that's how the environment
Yeah,
works.
exactly. So it's like, okay, well, what is it then?
Exactly. So it's probably like, he called somebody a slur in like an email, like the whole John Gruden thing, which like...
Who knows? Who knows?
I would say mid-2000s emails were probably as toxic as Xbox Live lobbies, so like...
Oh, God, that shit got crazy.
Like, I imagine, because people were probably like, oh, they're not going to be able to pull this up in fucking 15 years, and then they pulled them up 15 years later, and they're like...
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, probably sure.
Hopefully those Xbox Live things don't ever come to surface.
Those cannot be recorded unless somebody recorded them themselves, so...
That's fair.
You can't just dredge up my Call of Duty lobbies, all right? Then everyone's getting canceled.
Everyone, dude, all of them. Nobody's gonna be left.
Dude, nobody's not getting canceled if you were in an Xbox. Like, if you were in a Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2 lobby, like you're getting canceled.
I don't think I ever played Black Ops 2, but
that's okay.
I get the point.
It's okay. You didn't play many, very, very many Call of Duties.
I didn't. Like 3 of them, I think.
Ugh. Anyways, but the Suns are, I mean, I think that they're pretty much like, I think you can safely say that they're the same team as they were last year, which is a super, super deep, super solid, very, very defensively sound, very offensively sound team, and it's just very consistent top to bottom roster. So like,
so far I like Landry Shamet. It seems like a good ad. I liked everything I've seen from him. I wasn't really familiar with him until now that he's on the Suns.
Well, he's always been like a super depth, like, rotation guy.
Yeah, for sure. But having like a fourth guard that's like solid is like really good, because we didn't really have that. I felt like we had the 3 guards with Cameron Payne kind of coming out, but then and beyond that, it was like
Javon Carter.
Carter. Like and he was good in the bubble, but then last year it was like he barely played, and when he did play, he wasn't as good. So I like having that fourth guy.
Landry Shamet's definitely a better shooter, and with the amount of shot creation that you have on that team is what you really needed. Because I think that Javon Carter's probably a better shot creator, like dribble drive, probably has better handles than Landry Shamet does, and is probably a little bit better defensively. But I feel like those were the strengths of your team already, and you needed a little bit more diversity. So just getting a pure shooter like Landry Shamet, who's a really, really good shooter, really helps their team.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
But they did pay him. They did pay him. They paid everybody but DeAndre.
Some money. Yeah. And we keep hearing about it. Every single game, it's all the commentators want to talk about. It's like the only story.
It's okay. I mean, the Suns really don't have a whole lot of stories around them other than that. So, other than the fact that they play well. That's what I was saying, though, is like, you can't really like react to what the Suns are, because they're pretty much the same team as they were last year, other than Landry Shamet. So, like, they're balling.
But
they're balling. Like, they're a great team.
They are. I'm excited for this season. Mikal Bridges is a fucking monster, and I'm glad that we paid him.
Bagged up.
He's incredible.
Bagged up.
I love watching him play. Every single game, he does something that impresses me.
Bagged up.
I always walk away from the games being like, damn, that guy's really good at basketball.
What's funny is the year he got drafted, I'm pretty sure Miles Bridges got drafted as well, and I wanted the Suns to take Miles Bridges over Mikal Bridges, and I was like, why did they take this guy? And that has been proven wrong. Even though Miles Bridges is a good player, I think I'd rather have Mikal.
Where Justin Sessoms was wrong.
Where I was wrong. Which the draft is definitely a spot where I'm wrong a lot.
Yeah, it happens. It's hard to predict.
Unless it comes to running backs. Running backs is apparently the only thing that I look at in college, and I'm like, that guy's going to be good.
Well, when he's just a thick boy, it's just like, yeah, okay, he's fast and he's thick.
So, like, okay, I mean, this is a tangent, but year 2, Jonathan Taylor at Wisconsin, I was like, that guy's going to be a beast in the NFL. I was watching, there was some random game where Darrell Henderson had like fucking 300 yards from scrimmage or something, receiving and rushing, and I was like, that. Anybody played for Memphis, so everyone's like, it's Memphis. I'm like, look at that guy's burst, look at the cuts he's making. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, you're getting fucking burnt by that guy.
Yeah.
And those are my 2 main examples because people weren't really on those guys. All the other ones, you're kind of like, right? Like, you get your guys coming out of Alabama that are like beasts.
Yeah. Do you want to real quick talk about fucking, what was his name? D'Ernest Johnson or whatever?
Oh my God.
With the Browns?
Okay.
I mean, just going off?
So, D'Ernest.
He's getting traded, right?
No.
And with the 2 all-pro running backs coming back, like, you just going to keep that guy?
Well, especially, I mean, with the high volume of carries that team has, I mean, you're going to basically guarantee one of your running backs are going to get banged up at one point in time. So it's really nice to have him. Fun fact.
But okay, go lay it on me.
Do you know what the 40 time was at D'Ernest Johnson's pro day? He didn't go to the combine.
What was it?
4.8.
Okay, what was it?
4.8.
4.8?
4.8.
Like 4.8?
Ran a 4.8 40. There's linemen that run faster 40s.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, not good at all. That's why he didn't get drafted. Probably. Ran a 4.8 40 at his pro day, and usually pro day 40s are a little bit faster than your actual time.
Yeah.
And then like the time at the combine. So
but he balled. He balled out.
100 over 100. It was like 120 rushing yards and a tubby. Like
tubby. I don't know, man. If I were the Browns, I would see if I could get like
you're not getting
at least a 3rd round pick. If I can get a 3rd round pick for him, I'm dealing him, dude.
You're not getting nothing.
Somebody needs a running back. Maybe even a 4th round pick. Fuck it. It's like your house money at this point.
But I mean, it's been one game too, and the offensive line for the Browns is actually disgusting.
But that's also like, that's why you trade him now, right? Because his value is at a high coming off that game.
Right. But
if he plays another game and he's shit, then you're not getting anything for him.
You're probably not going to get anything for him anyways, because teams aren't going to go off.
You get something.
Teams are not going to bite on one game, dude. There's no chance. No, there's no chance that a team's going to bite on one game.
You don't think the fucking Ravens would love to have that guy?
Sure, but they're not going to trade picks for him. So you trade a 4th round pick. You're telling me that there's probably not going to be a 4th round running back that you could get that's better?
But we're talking about right now.
Right, and they're fine.
The Ravens need a guy right now.
No, they don't. They're fine. They're winning games. Like
for now.
Sure, and then they're going to get their guys
late
back.
Season, and then fucking Lamar's going to get banged up, and then it's going to be like, okay, are we going to keep just running Lamar?
Yep. And they're going to keep winning games.
No, man.
That man's from the fucking ghetto. He's not going to get hurt. Unless that man breaks a bone or tears his fucking ligaments, that man's not getting. Like, he's going to be like, ow, my pussy hurts. No, that man's straight up from the hood. Like, that man was definitely like the Marshawn Lynch level of fucking playing on literal streets, and he's like, yeah, I was bouncing off buses and cars. It's like, yeah, dude, that guy's gonna be fine. The Ravens are gonna be fine.
All right, you say so.
I do say so.
All right. Fucking running Latavius Murray out there.
He's hurt.
Oh shit! Well, they're not even running Latavius Murray. They don't even have Latavius Murray, dude.
It's probably gonna be like Devonta. Dude, they got all these old guys. What do you mean? They got like Devonta Freeman and Le'Veon Bell. They're just
gonna split like 5 touches each to these ancient fools so that none of them break. When they could just trade like a 5th round pick or something.
For D'Ernest Johnson? No, dude.
For D'Ernest Johnson.
No.
Just get him. No. Get him.
I appreciate the hype because he did have a really
hype
good game.
This guy.
He did have a fucking killer game, but it's like no team is going to do that. Like
they're doing it. I'm calling it now. It's going to be, we're going to do a segment of where Noah was right, and it's Ernest Johnson is getting
Ernest
traded
Johnson
before the
to
deadline.
Ravens. Also, that's in division trading, and you never do that.
Ah, fuck, you're right. I'm wrong. Nope, it's over. They're not doing that.
See, get fucked.
I forgot about that. This offseason, though, if he doesn't get traded in season, this offseason, he's getting dealt, bro.
No, he's not.
He's getting dealt.
Back to
okay,
NBA.
back to NBA.
That's where I was trying to think is like who else has been showing out really that I wanted to talk about. The Wizards get fucked. That's where Justin was right. The Wizards are solid. People never wanted to say it.
We'll see.
The Wizards have a bunch of dudes, just a bunch of guys that are all right, and then Brad Beal, and that's all right. That'll win you. They'll probably be again around the play-in, bro. They're probably gonna be like an 8 to 10 seed.
I think I had them as number 10,
which is in the play-in. I'm pretty sure. It's, yeah. 7, 8, 9, and 10 get to play in the play-in.
I hate the fact that the play-in isn't regular season or playoffs. It's kind of dumb.
None of the stats count for either.
That's what I'm saying. It's neither. So, make it one or the other.
Right? Because then you could have like a legendary playoff season where a team comes from the play-in and a guy plays fucking 15 games in the playoffs.
Just fucking, I don't know. Just like, it's got to be something. It can't be its own thing. Exactly. It's done.
It can't be miscellaneous. Like,
yeah, no. I think we're on the same page here.
It doesn't, like, yeah, those stats don't matter.
Yeah, they don't mean anything. They're the play-in stats.
You could shoot 0 for fucking 50, and that wouldn't affect any stats ever. You could have the worst game ever in your career, and none of it would matter.
Or the best.
Exactly. Either way, and none of it would matter. You could drop 100 points in that game, and you could break a record, and I don't know what it would go under.
It doesn't count.
Exactly, it doesn't matter. Like, that's the thing, is like, what if someone breaks a record in that game? Is that just the most ever in a play-in tournament game then?
Yes.
That's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's a playoff game. In my
opinion. It should count as a playoff game.
I think it should count as a playoff game. Doesn't the one game wild card in baseball count as a playoff game?
Yes, that is a playoff game.
Point fucking proven. Point fucking made.
But MLB counts it as a playoff game.
That's what I'm saying.
And the NBA is like, nah, fuck
it. That's what I'm saying. NBA should just fucking fall in line.
You're dumb.
Fall in line.
Yeah, fall in line. Fall in line, boys.
Like, if you got like any of the wild card games anywhere, those are all playoff games.
They're all playoff games, bro. They are playoff games.
Exactly. It's literally a playoff game. Like, it's a dumb. Win or fucking go home.
It's dumb.
And I understand it's not a playoff series, but like,
fuck
it isn't in baseball either.
Who cares? Yeah, who cares?
Exactly. Fucking the play-in is dumb. Play-in is gay.
I don't like it.
I mean, I don't.
That's fair.
I think that if you're going to do a play-in, that it should, I don't know.
I still think there's too many teams. Like, I would like a play-in if you shrunk the number of playoff teams.
I think I would like a play-in if it was 8, 9, 10, 11, and not 7. I feel like it should be for the last spot. It shouldn't count for 2 spots. It shouldn't be for the 7th seed and the 8th seed. It should just be for the 8th seed. It should be, and then you should have, you have whatever it is, 8 play 11, or whatever it is, whatever I'm trying to say here, 8 play 12 or whatever it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you will play again.
No, 8 will play 11 and 9 will play 10.
And then you have the winners play, and then whoever wins that last game is the 8th seed, and then you go in. It should be a fucking.
You can do that.
See, but like having especially with how close shit is nowadays, like where the 7th or where the 6th or the 5th seed is decided from the 8th seed by like 2 wins. I feel like
be better.
I mean, sure. Sure. But like,
that's always the argument.
Yeah, that's always the argument. But shit happens in the regular season. Like fucking, there's a hurricane and you can't sleep at home for fucking a month, and you're playing in a different stadium or whatever. Like,
don't play for the Pelicans. That's the moral of the story.
Don't play for the Pelicans. Also, the Pelicans.
Don't play for the Pelicans.
Pelicans don't have Zion yet, but they're not looking good without Zion.
Rip Zion in his career and all 300 pounds.
He's so fat now. Have you seen the pictures?
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I didn't realize.
Is his career about to die, dude? Is his career about to die? I hope not. He's so talented.
Just from pure athletic gifts, like.
Yeah. He's a monster.
Intangibles, just.
I also like the guy. I mean, obviously I don't know him, but like he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, right? He just seems like.
From everything you hear about him, he
you-
seems like a guy that's likable.
How do you fumble the bag this hard on such like a can't miss prospect, dude?
Yeah,
You
he's
gotta be the Pelican.
like a fucking stud, and he's fucking a good guy. Like,
And he had a Nike sponsorship before he was like in the NBA.
Yeah, the hype was so huge.
Still, I'm super big on Zion. I feel like without
Get him on the fucking.
Get him on here.
I don't know what team, but whatever team.
Get him on here, and we'll free him.
Put him on the Celtics.
We'll get him on here, and then we'll let him speak his case, and he can, be like, I'll be like, so.
Oh, on here.
Hypothetically speaking, what?
Hop on.
Hypothetically speaking,
I thought you meant to Portland.
No. What NBA teams would you like to play for if you could pick?
Yeah. Huh? Zion, you hear us? What do you think, buddy?
I'll email good old Bob Sava.
No, he ain't going to Bob Sava. He ain't coming down to Phoenix.
We'll trade Landry Shamet and fucking.
Apparently,
JaVale McGee.
Apparently, fucking. Well, apparently that's what Robert Sarver wants to do. Fucking not gonna pay the guy. Jesus.
He's looking to literally save like $8 million, which is retarded. In the grades,
I hate him.
That's like us saving $8 on something. That's like, you're like
really important.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, I'm getting new tires, and the best tires for my car cost $8 more than the worst tires. It's like, fucking buy the better tires.
Exactly. You're like, your tires are bald, and you're like, if I waited a few months, I can save $8.
You're like, no, just get the new one.
Just get the tires.
So that they don't pop.
God damn, dude. Oh, also, we can close this out with talking a little bit about baseball. But
let's go. R.I.P. Red Sox.
R.I.P. Red Sox. It's gonna happen, dude. I love the Braves, but it's gonna happen, dude. It's already fucking. I came into the postseason with such high hopes, and then I was like, yes, it probably won't be, battle.
The Dodgers and the Astros.
It probably won't be the Dodgers and the Astros. We have a chance, and then fucking it's gonna be the Dodgers and the Astros.
Did you see the fucking picture I sent you of Jock Peterson's fit for today?
I honestly went.
They're winning.
I honestly went. Who is that? And I went. Do you know what my first thought is? For whatever reason, was Alex Verdugo, and I was like, "Why are you sending me Alex Verdugo fits?"
they're eliminated.
Did you see what I sent you last night though? The Kevin Millar thing.
I saw it, but I haven't watched it yet because I'm
go watch it right now.
Okay.
I will say is it's a voiceover, right, with something that Kevin Millar said when they were. Is that 2004 when they?
Yeah.
2004 World Series when they came back.
Well, let me tell you, don't let us win an 8.
And I
remember that.
I literally am thinking about this, and it just happened, and I'm getting chills. And that is some of the most nerd shit that I can say because I just heard the first part about it, and it literally just fired all that shit in my brain. And god damn it, if Kevin Millar isn't fucking inspiration, I don't know who is. I love Kevin Millar.
Dude, the fact that they dumped Chris Rose on that show still pisses me off.
Well, yeah, but it was kind of probably a mutual type deal because he had other opportunities.
No, he said he didn't want to.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
He was like, this is a bummer.
Oh, really?
He's working for John Boy now, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. He probably had other opportunities.
Well, I'm sure he wanted to stay on IT, but
probably.
Fucking John Boy's going through the roof. Just get Kevin Millar on the show.
That's my guy.
with Chris Rose. Just recreate it.
You were surprised that I watched them, weren't you?
I was surprised.
I'm a big fan.
They're incredible.
I'm a big fan. The breakdowns are probably where I get the most of my baseball content.
Yeah, that's fair.
Watching those breakdowns,
he's just so funny, dude.
And he gets, I mean, obviously the lip reading is such a big part of it, and it's so great. But just the actual like picking and choosing what he breaks down is so good. What he breaks down is really super interesting and is the best moments of usually most games.
Yes, and he puts a lot of work into it, and that's very obvious.
And you
can tell how much he's really grinding, and it makes it so much better.
Yes.
Shout out,
John Boy. Come on here, make us famous. Well, let us join your podcast network.
Network, bro. Bring us into the fam.
I promise we'll
be talking Zona or some shit.
I promise it'll be weekly instead of this bi-weekly.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll do this weekly. But whoa, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's gonna be Dodgers Astros, and it's really gonna be fucking shitty that I'm gonna watch a World Series and be like, I really want neither of you to win.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, dude.
But if I was
go Braves, go Braves,
go Braves. If I really was,
3-2. She got to win one. She got to win one.
If I was gonna pick between Dodgers and Astros, unfortunately, I'd probably pick the Dodgers.
Yeah, I would too. I like their pitching better. Their pitching.
Well,
I mean, you got Scherzer,
like,
you got Kershaw, you got
even,
Buehler.
Not even just like betting. I mean, like who I would, if I had to pick, like who I would.
Oh, want. Root for them?
Who I would want.
I think I would just kill myself.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I really want. If there's an option C that was like die.
I don't know what to do.
But like I said, if I
Dodgers and the Astros,
if I had to pick one, it'd probably be the Dodgers, just because I mean,
I think
fuck the Astros. Just it's gonna be.
I think I would have to pick the Dodgers too, and
right?
that kills me to say that.
Exactly.
As
that's
a
what I'm
D-backs
like.
fan.
I mean,
I want to die.
I mean, the only reason too is because you got to build that legacy for Kershaw. You got to build it. You got to keep building that, and like that Max Scherzer legacy, and like that's the only reason. Because
yeah, just the Astros are cheaters.
Exactly, and it doesn't even matter because what fucking you were telling me the other night that weren't the announcers being like they're cheating still.
Yeah.
Like,
well, at least the Red Sox commentators were implying that the Astros pitcher had some fucking goop on his forehead. It's just, I wasn't watching the game. I was listening to it on the radio, so I couldn't see it myself.
Like, he keeps
but
going to the
every
forehead.
inning, they were like, he's going to his forehead. He keeps going to his forehead.
Keeps going to the forehead.
Maybe they were just salty because they were losing.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah.
But everyone is on edge when they play the Astros.
But yeah, now anytime I want a little bit extra juice, I'm just going to watch that Kevin Villar video.
Oh, dude, he's fucking... He's the best, dude.
I just said Kevin.
He's the best.
I just said Kevin Villar, which I think it's Kevin Pillar anyways as a person, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. He got nailed in the face last year.
Don't like that.
Watch that video. That shit's gnarly.
That's not going to get me juiced. I'm looking for things to
get me. It's not going to get you juiced, bro. It's going to make you sad.
I'm listening to Kevin Millar telling me, don't let us win this game. Just put us to bed.
Don't let us win this game.
Don't let us win this game. Just put us to bed tonight. Because game 7, anything can happen. And that's what
they did, folks. They fucking won.
They won that game. And then guess what? Game 7, anything did happen. God damn it. Let's go. Oh. Anyways, yeah, that'll probably do it, huh?
Good shit. Good shit.
I'll probably do it. You wanna say goodbye?
Well, that's it for us, folks. On what installment is this? 4 or 5?
5. Number 5.
Is it really 5?
Wow.
They fly by.
It might be 4. No, it's 5.
Right there, 4 or 5.
We don't even know. That's great. I'm glad that there's literally single digits and we already don't know.
Crushing it, dude. Crushing it so hard.
But all right.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everybody. I almost ended the call instead of just stopping the recording.